Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear. And we're back with another knife. And surprise, surprise, it's Benchmade. So we're going to take a look at the Benchmade Shootout. Now this is one of Benchmade's Black Class knives, which is their tactical series. This one was produced 7/6 of 23. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a big Benchmade fan. I like Benchmade. They're US made knife and they're right here out of Oregon. So they're just a couple hours from me, hour and a half or so. So I've always been a big fan of Benchmade. Now I'm not the hugest fan of their new prices. Definitely got to save some change to try to pick up some Benchmades from now these days. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So not a whole lot with the box, just another standard box. It comes in their standard little microfiber sheath thing, and you get the use and care manual in the box. That's about it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the knife. But yeah, this is my second OTF knife. So I just did a video on the Kershaw Livewire, sorry. And I decided to pick up the Benchmade Shootout. So this is one that I had my eye on. Like I said, I'm kind of a Benchmade fan. So naturally, I was kind of drawn to this one. Now, I did see the new, I don't even remember what it's called, the new like mini one that just came out, just released a day or two ago, I think. And I was kind of looking at that one, but I decided I want like the more full-size one. I just feel like, for me, the bang for the buck is more here, because this one was actually less expensive. And the steel is actually something more that I wanted to test out a little bit too. So that one comes with, I believe, S30V, and this one has the crew wear. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this one has the CF Elite handles. If you're a little unfamiliar with CF Elite handles, so this is their, basically their carbon fiber polymer type handle. So this one has carbon fiber strands in the polymer, which is supposed to be about 17% lighter and 50% stronger than regular glass polymer. I've always been kind of a big fan of this style. The bug out that I have has the CF Elite handles, and they worked out really good for me. I've had them for a couple years, no problems. And like I said, this one is the CPM crew wear, and this is a PVD black oxidized, flat earth blade. Kind of got a little bit of a bronze look to it to me, but I think it looks kind of nice. Nice Tonto blade shape there. I don't have a whole lot of Tonto knives, so I'm kind of excited for this one. Same thing with the crew wear. I only have one other knife in crew wear, and it's another Benchmade. So I've heard good things about crew wear. I'm not any kind of steel specialist or anything like that, but I've heard it's pretty easy to sharpen and it holds the edge pretty well, so it's pretty tough. But I've heard it's not, I've kind of read that it's not as corrosion resistant as some other steels, which is kind of why I think it has the PVD coating. I could be incorrect, but that's just kind of what I think. The action on this is pretty good. It's a different style of action. Like, I don't have a whole lot of point of reference from the OTF knives. I just have the Livewire, but this one has basically you go all the way to the end, and this is the very end you get the action that deploys the blade. So, it's definitely pretty easy. It's not a stiff at all. Comes in and out pretty easy. It does have a little bit larger of the ramp there on the, I don't know what this thing's called, but like the deployment button. It does have a little bit of jumping there. Definitely gives you a little bit of extra grip. Now the pocket clip on it is Benchmade's a little bit longer style one, which I kind of prefer their shorter style one that's like on the bug out, but this one seems to work pretty good. In the hand, being left-handed, it fits pretty well. I don't have any problems with it. Doesn't create any hot spot on my fingers or anything. In the right hand, same thing. I don't really feel a hot spot in it. I almost feel like it's more comfortable in the left hand. Now, I know I can switch the clip over on this one. A lot of times I don't switch the clips over, strangely enough, being left-handed, unless they really bother me. But that's one thing about Benchmade knives is, maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of them fit my hand well using left-handed. That might just be my use case scenario, but that's one reason why I do like them. This one does have the glass breaker, which is not a feature that I really am super interested in, but they do have a little bit newer version. There's not really a whole lot of changes to it besides they come in colors, so you can get the blue one or the white one. I don't remember their technical names, but on those ones they did eliminate the glass breaker, and they have kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a lanyard spot, like a little spot with a cutout. But I wanted the black one. Plus, it's a few dollars cheaper, so I'm okay with that. As far as the glass breaker or the lanyard spot, it doesn't really make a difference to me on those. For size-wise, we'll go over some size stuff here. So open length, this one comes in at 8.22 inches. It has a blade length of 3.51 inches and a closed length of 4.71. We'll go ahead and compare it to a couple other knives. So I pulled out the Benchmade 940. So I'll let you compare to that size. And then I went ahead and pulled out the bug out, so you can kind of get a look at that. So it's definitely bigger than both of those. I just put the ends kind of close together. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than those. It's also a little bit thicker than both. If I go ahead and take out the 940 and put in the live wire, you'll be able to see that the live wire and the Shootout are fairly similar. The handle lengths are pretty close to the same. The blade on the Shootout is just a little bit longer. So that'll kind of get an idea. Plus the live wire is a little bit thinner than the Shootout, but the Shootout is a little bit lighter. So take that for what it is. Now this one, like I said, also has that CF Elite handles, and this is a couple years worth of use on them, and you know, they're just perfectly fine, no problem. So yeah, I've been happy with those so far. But yeah, I'm kind of jumped into the deep end with the OTF knives. Picked up a couple of them in the same week, but I think these are going to be the only two that I pick up for a while. I think I'd kind of like to use these ones and see how they work. But you know, I'm excited for this one in particular because I think this is going to be my little bit heavier use one. You know, I think this might be one I might take out fishing and take out, you know, when I go hiking in the woods or whatnot. You know, I just feel like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like this one is definitely doesn't feel as premium as the live wire, you know, because you do get those CF Elite handles, but it just feels sturdy. It feels strong. Like there's no flex in it. There's no creaks. There's no jiggles. There's no nothing like that. So it does feel well made, even though it's kind of a plastic material, some people would say. But it feels tough. And, you know, even the action on the, when you deploy the blade, it feels good. Like, I know it's hard to explain, but I do like it. It's easy to deploy. It's not super difficult. You know, I don't feel like I have to use two fingers or anything. You know, I can use my regular index finger to pull the blade back and stuff. It's pretty easy. The handle on it's another thing that I like. So the texture on the handle. So this is a pretty good texture here. It's fairly reminiscent, slightly reminiscent of the bug out, but then you have this texture up here towards the front, and it is really grippy. It's almost like skate tape, non-skid tape. I feel like if your hands were wet or if you had gloves on or whatnot, like that's a really good grip there. Probably the kind of grip that might tear your pants up, I don't know, but it is super grippy. So I have a lot of confidence in the grip on this, which is another reason that if my hands were wet or something, I think that this would be a good one to use. But yeah, that's pretty much kind of just my initial impressions of it. You know, if you have any questions or anything in the comments, feel free to write them in there. Maybe in a little bit, I might do a little bit of a comparison between this and the live wire. Those are my only two OTFs, and maybe I will kind of compare them. But yeah, I mean, this one, I've been pretty happy with it. Like I said, you know, if you have one or you have an experience with them, let me know in the comments what you think or how you like them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Thanks a lot for checking it out, and I'll talk to you guys later.